Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday, October 11th meeting. First of all, I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Robinson Superior Treaty Territory and that the land on which we gather is a traditional territory of the Anishinaabe and the Métis. Could we have approval of agenda? If everybody's good with the agenda?
Yep.
Yep. Any disclosures of interest tonight? Hearing none. We have no delegations. Any questions in the audience? Hearing none. Nathan, online?
No questions.
No questions? Okay, we'll move right into the minutes of the previous meeting. Resolution 259-22, moved by Councillor Stefuric, seconded by Councillor Morrow, that the minutes of the Council and Committee of the Whole meeting held September 13th, 2022 be accepted as circulated. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Resolution 260-22, moved by Councillor Morrow, second by Councillor Sales, that the minutes of the special council meeting held September 16th, 2022 be accepted as circulated. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Resolution 261-22, moved by Councillor Stefuric, seconded by Councillor Morrow, that the minutes of the special council meeting held September 26, 2022 be accepted as circulated. Discussion? All those in favor? Carried. No business arising from the minutes, so we'll move on to accounts for payment. What was the last one, 261?
Right.
Resolution 262-22, moved by Councillor Sales, seconded by Councillor Morrow, that the bank debits paid out of the general bank account in the month of July 2022 in the amount of $42,951.59 and in the month of August in the amount of $48,672.48 be approved and ratified. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Resolution 263-22, moved by Councillor Morrow, seconded by Councillor Stefuric, that checks issued on the general bank account in the month of September 2022 in the amount of $207,966.47 for general accounts payable be approved and ratified. Discussion? All those in favor? Carried. Resolution 264-22, moved by Councilor Stefuric, seconded by Councilor Morrow, that bank debits issued on the general bank account in the month of September 2022 in the amount of $52,740.71 for payroll be approved and ratified. Discussion? All those in favor? Carried. Move on to unfinished business. Resolution 266.
267.
Right. 265-22, moved by Councilor Morrow, seconded by Councilor Stefuric, that council adopt the Township of Schreiber organizational chart as presented. Discussion? You want to speak to it, Nathan, or pretty
Just
straightforward?
Pretty straightforward, just reporting updates.
Okay. All those in favor? Carried. Resolution 266-22, moved by Councilor Sales, seconded by Councilor Morrow. The council approved the terms of reference for the Community Safety and Well-Being Advisory Committee. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Resolution 267-22, moved by Councilor Morrow, seconded by Councilor Stefuric, that the Township of Schreiber bursary in the amount of $500 be awarded to Girolamo Figlimeni. Discussion? All those in favor? Carried. Resolution 268-22, moved by Councilor Stefuric, seconded by Councilor Morrow, that bylaw 41-2022, being a bylaw to authorize the borrowing of funds for 2023 operations, be given first, second, third, and final reading and enacted. Discussion? All those in favor? Carried. Resolution 269-22. What is that?
Correct.
Moved by Councilor Sales, seconded by Councilor Stefuric, that bylaw 42-2022, being a bylaw to authorize the sale of lands, 121 Ontario Street, a bulk of land at Schreiber Divisional Station E of Nibegon River Prisk in the TBC 1923-35 to Alyssa Fair Service be given first, second, third, and final reading and enacted. Discussion? All those in favor? Carried. That is a good news story, that one. Resolution 270-22. Moved by Councillor Staviric, seconded by Councillor Morrow, that council authorize a donation to St. John's Anglican Church in the amount of $50 in memory of Doris Kraus. Discussion? All those in favor? Carried. Okay, we'll move on to the committee of the whole portion of the meeting with department reports and committee board minutes. Director of Operations, status update. That's a big one.
How's the heat in that place?
It's comfortable. We've been maintaining it about 19 to 20. So
Okay.
it's been quite tolerable so far.
Well, that's good news. Because you've had a few frosty mornings from what I see.
Thank goodness it was over the weekend.
Okay, the ministry, they took samples on September 27th. I just found it weird that they don't share their findings.
They don't. They only give you the results, whether you pass or fail, and they don't share the lab report. We found that out with the last time that they did testing. So this time Aqua took their own test so that they'd have their own record of what the numbers actually were. But they do feel confident we'll pass this time.
Okay.
Is everything still on schedule for the heat here? Like the boiler and Superior's coming tomorrow?
Yes, we expect to meet with Superior Propane tomorrow, and we're still looking at late October, early November for delivery on the new boiler.
Okay, so this heating unit at the Discovery Center, why was it installed in the first place? I guess is my first question.
I can't answer that. That was done before I got
So
here.
did like our engineers recommend, who recommended this unit?
Correct, it was part of the, it would have been the engineering at the time that was part of the contracted to architectural.
Isn't that their screw up? So why do we have to pay for their mistake? Can we not contact them and be like?
We could contact them and bring it up that this was something.
Well, I mean, if Finlay's saying we can't do anything and
Yeah.
it's never gonna work, then
Yeah.
it was there, it's there because of them.
Yeah.
Can we try doing that?
Could
Cause what, you're
certainly,
gonna have to buy a whole new thing now?
Well, Dominic's been in lengthy discussions with Finway about that heater, and when it kept failing last winter, that's when we discovered that, when we went online and started researching the problem ourselves, we discovered that it wasn't rated for this climate. We changed the control board on the outside of the unit. We found the water in there, they fixed that. It still didn't fix the problem, so they changed the control board on the inside of the unit. And then they found that one to be defective again, so it hasn't operated all summer.
Yeah, but ultimately Finway was just following an engineered plan, saying this is what, so I can see why they say that they can't do anything about it. However, our engineers should never have recommended it in the first place.
technically, that's correct. As
So,
when,
That was the engineers from Winnipeg, right? If I remember correctly?
they should
Yes,
know what cold temperatures are.
Yeah.
the design contract was issued to, number 10, and their subcontractors, I believe, were KGS at the time, so.
Cause like, if we have to get a different unit, what is that gonna cost?
Right.
I haven't done any of that.
No, I know,
research
but
yet.
it's not cheap.
Yep.
So why would it not be under warranty?
Yeah, that,
We can certainly clarify with the contract administrators at the time, that would be number 10, and bring it up and ask that question.
yeah, this whole thing just feels like it should not be our problem.
Whether-
Yeah, I agree.
Whether it's a manufacturer's warranty or specifically, again, to the point that you're making there, why did they design or recommend a product that is not rated for weather
Yeah,
climate here?
that doesn't make sense.
Especially if they're from Winnipeg.
Yeah, they should know what cold is.
Yeah.
I just read on your, about the board, like there's a problem with the pavement? Or it's a poor quality?
Yes, it's
Or-
very poor quality, there's lots of separation in the pavement, and we spoke with RML about it, and I just got a phone call this evening, 5:30, from Enzo, Bruner Construction, and they will make it right. But the weather has changed and is going to prevent us from doing any quality pavement work at this time of year. So they've committed to coming back in the spring of 2023, so this coming spring, and we'll fix it up. So
Okay,
we'll
that's
pay
good.
for any pavement until it's fixed.
Okay, and are you done, Dan?
Yeah,
The dam repair, Vector, are they done?
That is complete.
And any issues now that they're for consideration is, I'm taking is on this side of the dam, on the spillway side?
On the spillway, the concrete on the spillway
Yeah.
on the underside is deteriorating, they identified some of that, and they're going to provide us with a full report on what we could possibly do next year to solidify that. The dam itself, they said, is in good shape.
Yeah.
And we don't have anything to
But
worry about there.
And
Yeah.
any work that they got in the future is just the spillway,
Yeah,
okay? Okay, I'm good with,
Yeah, that's all I have.
you guys good?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
my one.
Winter sand,
With a recommendation here, that council of the Township of Schreiber accept the proposal for 800 tons of winter sand and the rental of the stacker from Valentino Trucking in the amount of $11,040 plus applicable taxes.
okay.
How does those numbers compare to a year ago?
He's going up in price a bit, but, I mean, so is everything.
Same
we paid
volume?
$11 last year per ton. 11 and change last year.
Yeah, we're getting about the same amount every year, right?
Yeah, this year's 1380 per ton.
Okay.
When's he gonna stack that?
We're waiting for salt delivery now that we've got all the sand on site.
Okay.
Salt will be here by Monday, and we didn't want to have it delivered this week with all the rain coming, so we'll have it delivered Monday. They'll mix it up and get
Good
it put
move.
up.
Okay, so we're good with the recommendation then?
Yep.
Okay. Director of Operations, Downtown Revitalization. Number 3, extra cost.
And the recommendation here that council of the Township of Schreiber accept the extra charges from RML contracting in the amount of $14,061.61 plus applicable taxes.
So then will there be a 7th change order for the fixing of the stuff next year?
Fixing of the pavement?
Yeah,
No.
or is that undone? Like
No.
that money's, yeah, okay.
This
Yes.
is the end of the extra charges.
Okay.
That's considered a deficiency, so
Okay.
ultimately, it just isn't meeting the scope that was agreed upon in the contract, so they would have to come back to fix that.
Okay. And then the remaining money in the contingency, we gotta spend? Or else it's gone?
Yep.
Do we have a
Yes.
plan?
That's something we can certainly propose some ideas in terms of how to utilize it. Again, we'll have to look at the eligibility of the grant and
Yeah.
make sure that we, our funders are on board with whatever it is that we are recommending.
Yeah, that's an idea.
All right, dude.
And I'm glad there was some negotiation on the additional 50%. And that was deleted, so good work on that one.
Yeah. No, there's a few things we can do for,
For that amount of money, yeah.
if you think of something, just give Nathan a dingle and.
Yeah. I'm just thinking that the left of the road is kinda, I understand that something is gonna be there one day, however, in the meantime,
Correct.
can we do something to make it a usable, not dirt patch?
Absolutely, right?
Put some benches
From
or
the,
something.
from the cheapest side, you could look at just sod, for,
I'm just
utilizing more money, a bit of paving. You can start, putting actually some pavers on there.
Yeah, I was thinking like, where people don't get their feet all dirty and some picnic tables and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
Yeah.
have picnic tables. They're just not out yet. They're not
Mhm.
built yet. There's benches there. We can get more benches.
Yeah.
We gotta get trash cans.
Yeah.
Wouldn't some of that space come in even be appropriate if it could be used for parking in some way or shape or form? Where's everybody gonna park there? You know?
Yeah.
You know, what do you, where does,
I mean, you got
what
the
if,
whole
what if
fun
there's 10 or
grounds.
15 vehicles? Like, where are they all gonna go? You know, like, down the street somewhere, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, why not right there, like?
For the time
As
being.
opposed to say, I mean, it would cost a fair bit if you're talking about sodding it. I don't, you know.
Yeah, no, we'll be cautious as to what we do, because eventually we want an open air pavilion there, so we gotta be cautious of what we do, for sure.
I just don't wanna put picnic tables on dirt. Something on.
Oh,
dirt.
no,
Yeah.
the picnic tables that we already got are already placed.
Yeah, so that area.
There's already pads there, there's pads for all the benches
Yeah.
and everything, and.
No, I know that, just in that area, I was thinking.
There-
Well, certainly, yeah, there is the 60,000 that we can look at, and certainly forward me your ideas and.
Yeah, cause I don't wanna give them like a cent back. Spend it all.
It's a good ratio, right? 9
Yeah.
to 1, 9 to 1, so, absolutely.
Okay,
They're getting nothing back.
good.
Okay, number 4, the senior program coordinators report.
Yeah, I can cover all that off here.
I was hoping you were going to.
Yeah. So, the senior committee's been very busy, as we all know. And this senior center itself, and the senior center coordinator. So the barbecues were successful this summer, supported by local and tourists. And the other side of that was whenever anyone showed up, tourists showed up, then they were directed elsewhere within the community. So if they stopped there, they were given more information on what they could do in the community. So that's that was a big help for tourism, promoting tourism. There was a cooking class put on. Counselors and CAO were invited, and the mayor and the director of operations were serving, and they did a good job. And the 20 oldest citizens of the community were invited. Some of them could show up. So the committee just went, or the coordinator just went down the list, and it ended up with a good crowd there. The class was, I mean, it was well attended, and the instruction was very interesting, and the meal was excellent. So it was all good. It will be, it could be live streamed to counter the internet issues, but it has been recorded for future use. The membership is now up to 383. There will be a drive in November, membership drive. There is a plan for a Christmas party. There also is a plan for an excursion at some point. Will be determined by the committee in the next meeting at the end of October. So there are programs that are ongoing, such as floor curling, Swedish weaving, and chair yoga. Other programs like bingo, walking program is ongoing, and chair yoga will resume shortly. So we'll just continue doing what we're doing in the rest of the year and the new year.
Okay. Number 5, bylaw enforcement report.
I had a question about the fire hall with the vandalism around that area. And this is the first time we've had issues. Is there a camera, or do we have security cameras there, or do we need security cameras in that location?
We do, and just to get into a more detailed discussion on it, though, we would have to probably discuss it in closed. Just for again, it would fall under security of the building, so.
Okay, so you're saying we do have cameras, or we need cameras?
We do have cameras, yep.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Is that something you'd like to review further?
Well, just, what's the corrective action, I guess, or, I mean, if it's something that continues, then, yeah, we would like to stop it for sure, so.
Okay.
So you want to put it on the closed session for next meeting? I guess that's the 25th?
Yeah, I mean, we can discuss it further for sure.
cause there's a fence supposed to be going there too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, hearing nothing further, here, building permit and demolition permit report. Everybody can see that? Anybody's got any questions on that? Number 7, Recreation and Festivals Committee, meetings. I guess you're gonna speak to that, Dan?
Yeah, I can speak to that as well. So, we have a geocaching project that's ongoing. We haven't finalized that at this point, but it should be finalized, but probably won't get started fully until next year. Mostly it was on our discussion at our last meeting was on Heritage Days, the debrief on what went well and the challenges we experienced, and some of the things that we can do better on. The committee believes that COVID, the fear of COVID did affect our Heritage Days somewhat. Some of the events we expected a better turnout than we actually had. We would like to send a letter out to all our sponsors and organizations and volunteers who participated. And also, the thought was to, if there was a grant available, to hire someone that could, summer student who could help plan and organize the event for next year. And there were a couple of complaints that we will follow up on. And another survey that we would like to do is what kind of a band to bring in for days next year, so we can get a better turnout than we had this year. So, I mean, we have some ideas going forward on how to improve. And also one last thing, craft and stuff vendor fair. The committee was notified that a member of the public would like to organize and run the fair in November and December. So that was usually organized by the rec committee, but it's good to see somebody step up and want to take that on. And that's about it.
Are we gonna see the financials from Heritage Days?
Yeah, we will. We're waiting for one more invoice, and once that comes in, we will. There will be a report sent over to council to review.
The treasurer is also reviewing a draft that was put forward from the rec programmer. So.
Okay.
Okay, number 8, Arena User Group meeting, September 22. The minutes. Everybody get a chance to read their minutes? And then we got communications from Mario Figlini.
Did that get sorted out?
Guts. Not to Mario's satisfaction, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, my only thing would be is if a user group doesn't feel like they were heard, to maybe try discussing it again with everyone and see what happens. That would be my suggestion.
At the user group meeting, we left it with, we had come up with a couple options for the minor hockey group, and they were going to check to see if they could move their schedule around and still have it work with the Terrace Bay times that they had booked. And they came back and said that they were not able to make any changes.
Is the plant on at this time?
They're making ice right now.
They are.
Yep.
So that takes how long, Tammy?
It'll be about 2 weeks before we can skate on it. Should be
2 weeks.
ready for the 24th.
24th, yeah.
Yep, that's the plan.
Instead of, jumping all over like what we got and then what Mario has written, can we get, not a detailed report, but get a written report for, next meeting?
We can certainly do that.
And then it'll be a little clearer for us, and then we can make a,
Yeah, I don't think we should be deciding ice times here. That's not our job.
no.
No. That's what management and staff get paid to do, right?
I mean, the way it would look right now, I would say go ahead with the schedule, but I mean, I just wanna see it in writing and
Yeah, and I mean, if more discussions need to happen or try to happen, then I would recommend we try to do that.
but just from what I read, going from all over, I think everybody's tried to do everything, and that's just where we're at. There's gonna be an unhappy person, regardless, from what I can see, so I mean, we'll see what you can do within the next 2 weeks, and somebody's gonna be unhappy. But it's unfortunate, we don't want any unhappy customers, we don't wanna lose any revenue. We're very happy with our customers and everything, but, I mean, it's a heck of a predicament to be in, and we're happy with every user group up there, so, I mean, that's why I just get it in writing, just so we understand everything before we make a final decision, and we'll go from there.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
It mentions annual budget constraints here in regards to getting things rolling, so how is it we can expect that to change next year? I mean, there's,
For what, Doug?
well, if there's an annual budget constraint, is that something that wasn't there last year? Or is that just specifically what's going on right now?
What are you
don't quite
talking
get
about,
that.
putting the ice in?
Right.
Well, every year differs. Maybe not so much, but every year differs, and,
Well, like it states, it says it's not achievable at this time based on facility maintenance. Whatever exactly that means, I don't know. But I understand annual budget constraints, so I don't know how we go about this in the future, if it can be improved upon or not, you know.
Sorry, Doug, which section is that you're looking at
It's
here?
in the minutes.
Oh, that was discussion on, establishing a set ice season from year to year. And we said that we would try, and you just can't say that every October 11th, the ice is gonna be open. We can't commit to that. There might be budget constraints that prevent us from doing it. It could be staffing issues, it could be maintenance issues. We just said that we can't commit to a definite season every year, although we would try and put our best effort forward in
Yeah.
trying to keep the season as you know,
Like
standardized as possible, but
Yeah.
there are things that happen in life that may,
I mean, I get that, but I'm just curious, like, what was over, like, say, the past 5 to 10 years, like, where was it roughly at? You know, like, obviously it wasn't set in stone, but it's like every year is gonna be different, I don't know, like.
Okay, well, yeah, it's gonna be different every year when we're looking at it.
Yeah.
I mean, the hockey groups, don't matter which way you look at it, they wanna start earlier, and you understand, like, you understand it too, cause they're missing out on some, practice times, and, the junior B league's running and whatnot. They got concerns there, and good concerns, and, but then you look at the end of the season, they're pretty much ready to wrap it up after the March break, the hockey people, and they're like skidooing and all that, and then you got the figure skating, and you don't blame them, cause they wanna put on a show for everybody, but the way their schedule is, it's the first weekend in April, so, I mean, you got them things that you're trying to navigate through all the time and whatnot, and so it makes it hard to do it, so. But they got through it this year, and we just got the one little hiccup here, and we'll try and sort through it, and we'll make a decision on the 25th. So we're good with that again?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Number 9, Occupational Health and Safety Committee meeting minutes. Okay. Number 10, Schreiber Public Library meetings. Dave, you want to speak to that?
This one was from July. I was not at this meeting, but at our last meeting, they just wanted me to raise a concern. They were just wondering why they weren't told about the cameras being installed. That was the only concern, that they felt like they were out of the loop, and then they kind of showed, and then the cameras were just put there and they didn't have a say or something like that. So I guess just talk to the CAO next time before, that's what I was asked to bring up. Just, I guess, more communication with them, I
Okay.
guess. They're in the building, I know we own, it's our building, but, you know, that was it.
Well, the law has been passed for a while, but they came out with anybody over 25 employees now. And, you gotta tell people you got cameras anyway.
Yeah, no, they just wanted,
Better communication.
yeah, just that they didn't feel like they knew that these cameras were being installed in the building, that's all. They weren't worried about the cameras, they just
No.
wanted just to feel like they're in the loop.
Legit.
Yep.
Anybody got any questions about the July 14th one then? Hearing none, we'll move on to number 11, that's the Aqua report. I looked through it. Tammy, you're good with it?
Yeah, everything was fine with it. We'll be, ending the chlorine, for the, sewage treatment plant, the end of this month. It stops again. So, we'll start saving money again on chemicals.
Yeah.
So Tommy, that clarifier, I see is, I just had a thought on the clarifier, so has that ever been, have you ever had 2 clarifiers running there before?
Yes, apparently, back in years, they did have it, and then, they decided that they had, only enough waste to run the one, but by doing that, it's caused other issues in the spring. So they feel that there is enough sludge to operate both clarifiers, And, hopefully it'll alleviate a lot of the issues in the spring.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, hearing no other questions, we'll move into communications. We got number
Thank you, cards.
Number 3 in that, thank you card from Dan and Lynn McGrath and the McGrath family. And then we got thank you cards from the 2 Figlamini boys with the bursaries. It's not often you get thank yous, so. Appreciate it. Anybody else got anything in communications? Nobody else got anything? We'll move on to unfinished business, and there's none. So other business, grant and aid application for the North Shore Harvest Cupboard.
And the request rate is for November 12th, requesting that the rental amount for the Schreiber Rec Hall be waived for this event.
Yeah, it's just a penny auction, right?
We had no issues
No,
with
I
that.
have no issues, no.
Okay. The draft township, the scent-free workplace policy.
It's following up from our health and safety minutes. This is again brought forward from there. And it's finally passed at the Health and Safety Committee, to bringing it forward to council.
Seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with that.
Yeah, looks good.
2022 Christmas season office closure.
Days we're looking at would be the 28th, 29th, and 30th during Christmas week. We have because of Christmas falling on the 25th, we'll have both the 26th and Boxing Day, but the 27th will be a day off. And then because of New Year's falling on Sunday, Monday, the 2nd will be day off.
It's just like the worst year ever. Sorry.
So you want off
Last till
from the
23rd?
No, we're not on the
28th
16th.
till the 3rd.
Oh.
We're back on the 2nd. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, we will be back on it would technically be
Back on the 3rd.
yeah.
Back on the 3rd, Tuesday the 3rd. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So you'd work the 23rd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. As long as it's well advertised and signs are up and.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, the number 4 draft policy, the fire safety plans.
So the fire safety plans have been updated for our municipal buildings, particularly municipal buildings which have members of the public in it. So this includes essentially everything, an exception for the water treatment plant, the wastewater treatment plant, which Aqua will be taking care of any sort of fire safety related policies as their employees that are in those buildings. Is there anything else you wanted to add to these, Tammy?
No, we've been working on them for some time. We've performed fire drills at all of the locations and have proved that they are accurate. So they're just ready to be accepted now. It was a good exercise. We discovered a lot of things that didn't work and provided us an opportunity to make them more accurate. And I think it's a good product.
Okay. Okay, with that, that's it, folks. That's the end of the meeting. So resolution 270-22, moved by Councillor Sales, seconded by Councillor Morrow. The meeting now adjourned at 7:51 p.m. All those in favor? Carried.